Welcome to the medieval city of Italy that is filled with legends and interesting towers and some of the best food in the entire country. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist, and today I'm going to show you Bologna. But I'm accompanied with a local, my friend Marta.
Hi guys.
And Marta, you've been living here for quite a while.
Yes.
And of course you're from the region as well.
Yeah.
And where are we right now in Italy?
So we're in Bologna. We're in the Emilia-Romagna region, which is just above Tuscany, just underneath Lombardia, which is where Milan is. Pretty close to Venice as well. We're about like an hour and a half with the train. So yeah.
It's an easy day trip from like Venice, from Florence.
Oh, super easy.
Even from Rome, you can make it here.
Yeah, you can make here in an hour and a half, like half an hour train ride from Florence. So pretty easy to get to, but not everyone knows about it. So.
All right, let's check it out. There's a cool mural over here. And then walking around, this is like very medieval as well. The entire city itself, which is really cool. Welcome everyone. Let us know where you're watching from. Right now we are in Bologna, Italy. 1 hour away from Milan, from Florence. And then here we have, what is this?
Yeah, basically here is the skyline. So here you would have kind of the outskirts of what is one of the main churches here that you would see like a bit farther down. There's the outline of the Duomo of Bologna. And those ones here are the 2 towers out of the 3 that I've left basically now after.
No, one got down?
No, there is 2 of them. So there is 2 of them here, and then there is another one there that you would see. There is only 3 left out of the thousands that were here back in the times, but you know.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited to see them because one of them leans a little bit more than Pisa.
Yeah, this one here leans, and it's at risk of falling down, but we hope it won't. We hope the engineers will make what they need.
Exactly.
But yeah, even this one here that you see is basically one of the only like arches left that are still made out of wood. Everything else has been kind of restored and made into stones. But like here is one of the oldest buildings that we have in the city. Used to be Torre Azzoguidi from the name now of the restaurant Casa Azzoguidi.
That's impressive that some of these wooden structures still last.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that they built above a portico.
Yeah, correct,
as well.
right? So they have the Oscar what used to be like the older building. It's an hotel now, but
it's a hotel.
yeah.
Nice.
But it's amazing that they were able to keep this one. You know, it's part of
cocktail bar in the bottom level?
Yeah, it's a cocktail bar and restaurant now. But you know, as part of Italy heritage and protection rules, like they have to keep certain aspects of older buildings. They are not able to basically like bring it down. They have to keep it, so keep it and restore it as well. So.
Oh, I see. Oh, I'm glad they are.
Yeah, right.
All right, lead the way.
So as you can see, we can see one of the 3 towers left here. It's called Torre Preniparte. You can actually visit it on Sundays. We cannot visit it today, but you can actually go on top and look at the Bologna skyline from there, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I wish today was Sunday. That's so awesome. Is that one of the
I
higher
tried
spots?
to change.
Yeah.
I tried to change the day, but unfortunately, like they still told me it was
very
Wednesday.
well connected with the tourism board here. Actually, the tourism board was so kind enough to offer me the pass, so I have access to a lot of the museums here.
Nice.
So, Marta, as we're walking, where do you recommend the tourists to go first day in Bologna, aside from walking in the city?
Aside from walking the city, I would definitely recommend visiting the Duomo, so like the main cathedral in the main square, because that's always something beautiful to see. Here there is a... That's always something beautiful to see. Then there is the Pinacoteca, which is another museum that is close enough to the main square. I was telling Ariel, everything in Bologna is pretty close by, so even if you're not that used to walking, Bologna is perfect because you don't have to walk around too much to see what you need to.
That's right, yeah. Luckily, and not too many hills either, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like there are main hills like surrounding it, which are also very nice if you have a car and you're able to reach them, especially like in spring and summertime. But yeah, everything is pretty much flat here, so very easy to walk to. Then for those who are hikers or like a bit fitter in the terms, there is also a sanctuary, which is part of the UNESCO heritage sites,
Yeah.
which you can reach by walking under the portici, which is beautiful because you basically walk up and there is this amazing sanctuary. If you were up for the challenge, but like, I don't know.
Well, I love climbing steps. It's my second favorite activity.
Oh, there you go. Then.
After sitting.
There you go.
So-
there is a lot of steps there.
So I get to do both.
Yeah, you would do that tomorrow. Or there is also a little train that takes you up there. But like,
Oh, that's good. Oh,
yeah,
funicular.
so you can also do that, but it won't be as scenographic in case.
So we're walking through the back streets. There's a lot of back streets here in
There is a lot of
Bologna.
back streets. It's not. I mean, it's kind of easy once you get to learn. Oh, this is Via Carbonara. It will be-
Hey, Via Carbonara. Oh my God, my favorite streets.
Yeah, right?
And let me show this building. Wow, this is an old Jewish synagogue.
Yeah, correct.
Look at that. Wow. So unfortunately, when Mussolini had reign over Italy, he did send a lot of the Jews out towards northern Italy. So a lot of them left the city during World War II, and unfortunately were killed. But here's one of the few synagogues that you still see when walking around Italy. Wow.
Yeah, the good thing about Bologna is like historically, it's a very like left-wing city, and he has always kept this sort of like independent aura in terms of like LGBTQ rights and you know, its internationality. So you have people from a lot of different culture here that have kind of blended in, like, and he has always been that way historically.
Yeah, just even a few hours in the city, I already felt like a very friendly vibe
Yeah. It's a very,
from the city.
very friendly city. It's very easy to make friends here.
It's like it's cosmopolitan, similar to Milan, but of course smaller,
Yeah,
but not as touristy as Rome.
yeah, or
Yeah,
Florence
or
or
Florence.
Venice. Like we're starting to see a bit of tourism now, compared to like pre-COVID times. Pre-COVID times, we didn't have that many flights flying into Bologna, despite it being one of the biggest airports.
Right.
Now you can start seeing like a lot more tourists, a lot more of even American tourists like stopping by when I get the train from like Florence or Rome. Before I didn't used to get like see a lot of Americans stopping here, and now you can see a lot of them like getting off as part of their journey for like a day or two.
Oh yeah. A lot more people are now including it, especially as a day trip because it's so close to the other cities,
Yeah, correct.
especially by high-speed rail.
So here is one of the main streets. As you can see, the nice thing about Bologna is that
Oh my God, what?
there is a lot of porticos.
These are like the scaffoldings of New York City.
right? So yeah, there were a lot of these that were built for.
They wrap
Over
around
time.
all the main blocks, right?
Yeah, all the main blocks and all the way like to the outskirts of the city. I believe it's the longest pathway of arches
Yeah.
in Europe for sure, and the whole of it is protected by UNESCO. So that I'm sure of. I'm not sure if it's the longest in Europe.
I think it should be the longest in Europe for sure, or amongst the longest because there's a few of them. There's like Venice has them, but it's a lot shorter.
Yeah, no. Here, like most of Bologna is covered in this, which is pretty handy when it rains.
It is.
Pretty handy in summertime as well, because of course it means that you're kind of like in the shade for most of it when.
Wait, I asked you this
Yeah.
before the live stream, but let's repeat it. Is Bologna rainy like London? 'Cause,
No, not at all.
Okay.
So you guys might remember me, like I was in our
Yes.
live video. Unfortunately, when the Queen died, we were both in London. I used to live there, and Ariel asked me like whether Bologna was as rainy as London. No way, like not even close. But the rain is heavier, so when it rains, it actually rains, and you need an umbrella.
So yes, Marta appeared 2 years ago in a video of me spontaneously going to London. Unfortunately, right when Queen Elizabeth II passed away, I went via Paris all the way. Marta told me just a few hours before her death
Yeah,
to like book my train tickets, and I'm like, should I? Like, and I did.
You did,
and
and
then
you were in London in a pretty incredible.
we did a
and
live
sad
video.
times, so
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, now I'm back here. In the meantime.
So wait, there's a lot of street food here because one thing about Italy is that Italy does not have that much street food in other
Yeah, so
cities.
here there is, I would say, probably more street food that you will find in other cities. Not as much as you would have in cities like Naples and Sicily, where
It's
like,
more common for the south.
yeah, it's more common for the south. Like you have a lot of fried
Yeah.
street food, like arancini. Like arancini are like traditionally like street food.
Yeah.
Rome, you would have like supplì, which is kind of similar. So it's rice bowls with filling that are fried. So from Rome down, like you would have a more traditional street food. What I would say about here in Bologna is like, from a food perspective, like it's considered the Silicon Valley of food in a sense. Like that's how they like to call themselves.
Okay, why?
Well, because traditionally, a lot of Italian food was either conceived or has been produced here for centuries. So that's actually sorry.
Oh, that's true.
Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the main theater.
Take a closer look.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you so much, Christine, for the $10 super chat. That covers at least 5 supplì, or whatever the Bolognese equivalent is. Ooh, all right. What does it say? Lugo dato agli.
So place for day shows. So back then, theater shows were more in daytime than in nighttime. So
Oh,
yeah.
really? Back in the day? I'm interested.
Yeah, because safer, and for rich people that didn't have a lot to do during the day.
And avoid the sun and the hot
Yeah,
weather
right?
and things like that.
Oh yeah, it's a very beautiful building.
Janice says Marta. Some people
Sorry, I have
remember
straight
Marta.
hair today, so initially there could be some confusion, but yeah, still me.
This is Marta's sister, actually.
Yeah, my Gemini sister.
All right. Oh, here we have a statue of Garibaldi.
Yeah.
Hey, was he from Bologna?
No,
he was
it's
not. Okay.
just
He's just an Italian
because he was
hero.
the one that unified Italy, so there
Yeah.
are a lot of statues of him around. We actually need to go back on our stuff, but
Yeah, let's go. If you know any good street food places on the way, know so we can stop by.
yeah. But yeah, no, I was saying like it's a lot of very famous Italian food was kind of conceived here or has been produced here for ages. So lasagnas.
So Chris is saying tortellini and bolognese.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And mortadella as
And
well.
mortadella as well. And then the Emilia-Romagna region is more famous for, Parmesan cheese and Parma ham, balsamic vinegar. So they're all things that are produced not very far from Bologna.
Right.
So I think it's traditionally a lot of food comes from here, and because of that, like even more experimentation in cuisine.
It's cool to see the
Yeah.
the. Reminds me of Naples, actually.
Yeah.
But Naples hanging.
No, not today at least. It's still very rainy.
Camila asks, how many lasagnas am I eating? How many lasagnas can I eat in a day?
Well,
So dinner is not so common to find lasagna, right?
you will still find it.
Still
yeah,
find it?
yeah.
Is it just touristy places, or do traditional places still serve lasagna after lunch?
No. There is traditionally here lasagna. Like you could even have it for breakfast.
Oh,
Like,
really? Okay.
Bolognese people love their lasagna so much that it's one of these things that traditionally you would have it for lunch.
That's what
But
I
like
did
you would
yesterday.
easily find it like at dinner time too, in most places.
That's what I did yesterday. Yesterday I woke up at 11 a.m. and went to Forno and had a lasagna for breakfast. It was amazing. And Miss, nice to see you here. Christine, Wendy says, wonderful view. Din Din, nice to see you here. Joe, Shane says, I can't lie, Italy is wonderful. It is indeed. Anne says, no bologna in this broadcast. Yes, no bologna.
No bologna, no.
Different from mortadella. Santi, Palazzo Popoli, if it's open. I've heard of Palazzo Popoli. Have you been?
I will have to look it up. I'm very good at, you know, remember this from how they look. Wouldn't be able to know it by name necessarily.
Oh, now I started to see all the restaurants here. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so in Bologna, since it's not super touristy like Rome or Milan, are there that many tourist traps?
Less, way
Less.
less. Like it's so much easier. Like, and that's the good part I think of it. Like everywhere you go in Bologna, still, apart from a couple of places that I mean, but you can tell from the outside that they're very touristy traps. Here, you would easily eat well in any restaurant you go to because it's not that touristy.
Right.
They don't cater for tourists. Like they cater from people who are either Italian or people who live here. So
Oh, that's good to know.
like it's literally I don't think I've had an experience here that made me go like yeah, no, not good enough.
No one
like,
making tiramisu at your table.
yeah, no, you might have some places, but yes, yeah, still.
Wait, there was people here. Why were there people looking at a hole in the wall?
Oh, so people are looking. So as I was telling Ariel, Bologna has 7 secrets. Now I wasn't able to show them all because some of them are in museums, some of them are in private houses, but one of them is hidden right here. I don't see them either, but they're hidden right here. So Bologna was actually built on canals, like as you can see from here. So there was Fiumereno is one of the main rivers that passes through, and from it there were like a lot of different canals and like little rivers that came out of it. So Bologna was kind of built on a nest of canals, but through the years canals were kind of covered up, so you cannot see them anymore apart from this one here.
Hey,
So it's the one that you might have seen from a lot of viral videos on Instagram. There is this little window here that
that did it because you posted about like 2 years ago.
2 years ago, but like
Was the door different though?
it was
like a
there was a
wooden
lot
door.
of murals.
It was a
on
mural. Okay, that's why.
They kind of painted it up. I was telling Aria the funny part of it was
That's so
that
cool.
someone actually stole the window a year ago or so, because I guess Bolognese people were kind of bored of seeing queues of people like just opening it up.
Right.
But yeah, this is one of the only canals that you actually see in the city.
The water is very low.
Yeah, the
surprisingly.
water is very low, surprisingly. It has been raining a lot for the past couple of days, so I'm sure that it's gonna be a bit higher. But
And are there still?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a few more still left, right? Canals.
yeah, canals are still here. It's just that they are not visible as much
Just
as
let
they
the other people see it.
Yeah. And you can actually, this follows up in here, so you can actually see the other side of the
Right.
canal from across the street.
So the reason there's a gigantic line is because of Marta. Marta first
I did it
post
first.
2 years ago. I was like, even me, I was like, oh, that's cool. Now I want to visit Bologna.
Oh yeah, so this is the other side of it. But it's pretty cool. Like it's like a little hidden Venice.
It's cool. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice and it's a little secret that if you're walking around, know nothing
yeah.
of Bologna. It's cool. Is there agua alta in Bologna?
No, not really. Like I mean, unfortunately there has been risk of flooding, like with rains like the past couple of years, but it's not something as regular as it happens with Venice. Like
Right.
nowhere close.
Someone asked earlier. Let's see who it was. Chris asked about Christmas decorations.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, Christmas decorations. Oh, here in Bologna they're actually super nice. They put on like a tree that puts the one in Trafalgar Square to shame.
Oh, nice.
No, but they will be put up usually around mid-November.
By the way, Marta's making a lot of references to London because she used to be a London resident.
Yes. I kind of miss it. I kind of don't.
Well, the rain is here, so it's good.
But yeah, usually mid-November it's when the Christmas lights will be put up. Like it tends to be always earlier, like year on year, because I think like Christmas is becoming such a big thing, attracting people that.
The big one is in Turin, Torino.
Yeah, Torino.
And Matt is asking, is Bologna expensive?
So, as someone that lives here, it's more expensive than other, like, I mean, it's as expensive, I would say, to live here as Florence or Rome,
Oh, wow,
just
okay.
because it's historically a very rich city, because there have always been a lot of like work opportunities around, like a lot of like richer families historically, so it's not as cheap to live as like some places on the outskirts of bigger cities or
Right.
the south of Italy necessarily. But it's still, I feel as someone that has lived in London for so many years, it's still like cheaper than like London or the States would be in that sense.
Yes.
I don't know if that makes sense, but like,
No,
yeah.
it does make sense. So,
It is not necessarily cheap to live here, but it's not as expensive as.
in short, you spent probably way more in London than you did here.
Oh yeah, no, massively. So like, although what I earn here, like compared, is not as much as I used to back in London. Here, my quality of life is through the roof compared. Food is cheaper, quality is higher, so it's just.
Oh, there's more food variety than just fish and
Yeah.
chips? And meat pies? This is beautiful. I can just imagine it with Christmas lights.
Oh
Indeed.
yeah, it's so pretty.
Kay, nice to see you here.
Salve.
Sorry, italiani?
Io sì, lui no.
I've been asked so many times
You have a.
that I could pass
I've
off
always
this
said
time around.
like, you have an Italian flair to yourself, so
Oh, I do? Okay, all right, good.
they've always said.
Maybe it's because
the
I'm
Latino
walking-
in you.
Or maybe because I was walking around with a Negroni, but
Also, that could also be it. All right. Now we're going towards the main square.
oh, nice.
Let me see.
Wendy was asking about population. I didn't manage to check it out. Do you happen to know?
I think we're in the. I wouldn't want to say like something that is not correct, but I think we're in the 400,000.
100,000. Yeah, let us know if anyone can search it. Chris says, I'm excited when you get to the Cathedral Square. Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I love the old neon signs too. Have we been to the Statue of Neptune? No, not yet, Chris.
We're getting there.
All right, now it's raining heavier.
Yeah, now it's.
There's a lot of buses here too, which is great.
So if you wonder, there's a place there that does like mortadella sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I already had too much bread.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's up?
I was about to say. I was like,
So
fun fact.
I'll show you a mortadella sandwich in the shorts in Instagram story tomorrow, most likely. But I had a sandwich coming into the city, and it was so heavy that I just had to take a nap.
And also, we're having dinner at 7 p.m.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Barry says, "Where's the university?" So this is a university town for sure.
Yeah.
University city, I mean, and it's the oldest one in Europe.
Correct.
Where is it? Is it within the city center or is it outside?
Yeah. It's within the city center. Then there are some campuses that are like slightly outside, but most of it like is here in the city center. Not accessible, but.
Sound Chiefman says, no more Mortadella Lab. Ooh, I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Yeah, that's the one.
They're called Mortadella Lab?
Yeah,
Okay.
mortadella lab.
Do Italian people know Spanish? Asks Sebastian. How do Spaniards get around? Have you encountered a lot of Spaniard tourists here?
So yeah, there are a lot of Spaniard tourists. Like even just on Monday, I was on the train back from Florence, where my family is, and there were a big group of. There was a big family from Mexico that was just like traveling through, and they were doing the usual like Rome, Florence, Bologna like kind of stops. There is a lot of Spanish people here for sure, you can hear them. Like even before in the cafe we were at, like there were some people talking in Spanish.
Also the level of volume for Spaniards is higher than Italians. So
Oh yeah.
you can usually
Yeah.
similar to Americans compared to
Yeah,
Italians.
you can hear them. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say a lot of Italians speak Spanish. Like here, there is one of the.
So they communicate mostly in English, right?
Yeah,
It's English
or in
and-
Italian.
Right. Wow, I did not realize this was that big from the outside. It's crazy. So massive church. Hidden in the little street corner. I'm just amazed. I did not imagine such a massive church, judging from the facade outside. Wow. What the? You with the camera? I'm gonna do a offering on
Yeah,
the
of course.
cameras. You just leave it here?
Yeah.
Oh, no. All right, this is dedicated to everyone out there who enjoys a good life with good food, with good company. May you have that. The beauty of life. All right. As the Italians say, andiamo. Wow, so rainy. That's crazy.
Well,
All right.
it's challenging, but we're not stopping.
Oh yeah. Good thing is we got the porticos, we got churches.
Right?
You know, if it's raining along Bologna, that is perfect because that's just more of an excuse to eat more.
Correct. So
Just go to a restaurant.
yeah, here's close to where we're going tonight for dinner. So now we're approaching the main square.
We'll go over here. We are. Oh wow. We have the classic Italian establishment, McDonald's.
Big Italian staple.
Alfer says, God bless your beautiful country.
Thank
Janice
you.
says, what's the name of the church we entered? Do you know? I didn't catch it. Janice.
Thinking St. Peter's?
St. Peter's, okay. Pietro, San Pietro, yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't realize it was a square like this.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
So let's not do what the Italian do and let's cross.
Oh, okay. So this is not Naples.
I would still like to have my friends urbanist by the end of this, so you know.
Oh wow, the Bolognese are very civilized. They're waiting at the street light.
Right? It's actually the northern you go, the more behaved.
Behave. Civilized is an offensive word. Let's not use that.
Yeah. More behaved we are, but of course with the same exceptions that we have everywhere. But
Right.
and they're actually about to build a tram line that crosses the city.
Oh wow.
So soon it should all be like walkable and public transport only.
Hey, that's really cool. So there's no metro here, just buses so far.
Yeah, so as you can see here, they're building up like the roadworks for the train line, for the
good
tram
news.
line, sorry. But already like on weekends, like the main streets are only walkable and there is no cars allowed.
And here we have the tower. Ooh.
Yeah, so these are the two towers. We will get closer to them later, but yeah, you can see the one expanding.
Yeah. Oh, I'm loving this. It feels like Florence.
Yeah,
Very similar type of architecture because it's basically the same culture and there were different kingdoms, but they all learned from each other
yeah.
architecturally.
So this is the library,
Sala
Sala Borsa. And the one that you see here is basically like people that died during the World War.
Oh, really? Italians or
Italians, yeah.
Italian?
People from the town that.
And this is a public library or
Yeah,
a
it's
university?
public library. Yeah.
How do the public libraries work here? Can anyone use them, or you have to have a card?
You need a card to access some of the areas. Otherwise, for most of it, you can just like walk in and. Of course, if you want to get books and stuff, then of course you need a card. But...
Right. So right here we have all the men, mostly men. You'll see a few women, men and women who died in World War II. Lots of similar last names. Pirotti, Piselli, Iva,
Yeah.
Serra.
And most of them like belong to the Brigate Partigiane, means like the partisans, so, like the ones that like were the rebellion, the one that they were fighting against.
Oh, the rebellion against Mussolini.
Correct.
Oh, wow.
The famous song Bella Ciao.
Bella Ciao is a reference to that.
Yeah. So Bella Ciao historically now it became famous because of the Netflix series.
Yeah.
Casa de Papel, but like it's actually a partisan song.
Oh, okay. Did you have family that were involved?
Not directly involved. My grandparents from my mom's side, my grandma was very young. My grandpa was like 8 years old, so he only has stories about people that they hid from the
Oh, wow.
fascists. From my dad's side, my cousin's grandpa got deported to Poland.
Oh, let's see.
So yeah, this is a famous statue of
Hey.
the Neptune.
Hey, Neptune. Wow, Neptune has been hitting the gym.
Yeah.
Neptune is eating that gluten-free tortellini. It's a beautiful fountain. Wow, stunning. And yeah. Yes.
Sorry?
Yes.
Ah, yes.
See, see. Is this what all Bolognese women do?
No. No, but you can try. You might get some slaps in the face, but
That's the first time I've seen that.
yeah.
Something usually is like a jug to symbolize.
And this is Palazzo Rienzo, which is basically like what used to be like the royal palace
Oh, right.
back in the day. Here they had everything, like there was a church here, so basically they had everything in the same compound.
Oh, cool.
It's beautiful inside as well, but I don't think you can visit. Like it's mainly like an event space.
It's mostly event space, yeah.
Yeah.
But the church here is open, right? Lorraine Tunian says, beautiful Bologna. Bella says, why did I just whistle at that statue? Which one, Neptune or his female
Counterpart.
companies?
So if you come here like on a sunny day, it's
Yeah.
actually much nicer because there is a lot of buskers and like singers or guitar players that just like stand here and. But yeah, so the peculiarity of Bologna's cathedral is that.
Well, yeah, you're right. It's half finished.
Yeah, you can even like see it there further back. You can see
It's a
where
different style.
there is a
wow.
half window.
Oh my God! I didn't even bother with that part.
Yeah.
They ran out of money.
Yeah, I mean there is a lot of like stories behind it. I guess we will never know
Yeah.
which one was true. Like one of them said that of course like they finished the money, so they either couldn't bring the marble like motifs like up to the top, or the other way around, they had to take off the marble to sell it, which is something that used to happen back in time
Yeah.
anyway. Another story, which is the one that I, personally prefer, is that the plans for the church were for it to be basically double its size of what it is right now. So then, back then, the Pope was building St. Peter's in Rome,
All right.
and essentially said like there is no way that a church that is not in Rome is going to be bigger than St. Peter's. So he eventually put a stop to the works of Bologna's cathedral, and that's why it's half-finished. Like personally, I prefer this version of the story.
I like that version of the story.
But-
Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I might make a short video on that.
yeah,
Oh,
also
wow,
with
it's
your
fascinating.
card, you might be
Yeah.
able to go inside as well.
So it's a mission.
Yeah,
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 okay.
it's
I'll come soon. So stay tuned. I might go back in there.
But yeah, like last year in summertime, they actually did a cool light project where they were projecting all the various like projects to finish the front
Oh, because there's been
of the
proposals.
cathedral. Yeah, there have been proposals over
Oh.
the years, but of course it makes sense to leave it as it is right now. Like it doesn't make sense to finish something that was stopped like back in the 1400s. like, but yeah, there were a lot of proposals, so they were kind of projecting them onto the cathedral facade, which was really nice.
You see, guys, New York City is not the only one because we have Cathedral St. John the Divine. You've never been?
Yeah, I
it's
think
the
so, yeah.
It's the cathedral in the north. It's the sixth in north of Manhattan. It's the sixth largest cathedral in the world.
Oh, wow,
But it's
okay.
also unfinished. It was supposed to have a
There you go.
40-story tall tower.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have it here too.
Barry says, has there been earthquakes in the city?
Not
Not really.
here. It's an area that can be hit by like smaller earthquakes, like because we are closer to like big epicenters area, but like it's mostly like the mountains that kind of coast up like Tuscany and Emilia Romagna, or farther down towards like Abruzzo, the Marche region. Like that's where like bigger earthquakes have hit,
I see.
back in time. But yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
We can actually go a bit further down because there is another secret.
Ooh, all right, let's check
Which
it out.
is
I got
a bit
mute
of
for a
a-
little bit, so.
Who
So-
made it first between here and New York?
Hold that thought. I'm going to mute it. All right, everyone. So what are we seeing right now?
So right here is a bit of a
Arch.
like magical architecture. I believe there is one in New York City as well, in Central Station.
Yes.
But basically,
Grand
like,
Central.
I don't think me and you can do it with the camera on, but we can try. But
Yeah,
basically, if
okay.
we sit at opposite corners, you should be able to hear me as I speak.
All right, go for it. All right, so we're gonna try it out right now and see if Marta.
Right, we can try. I'm not sure if this works.
Marta.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh my God.
I can hear. Yeah.
I am. Oh wow, I am able to hear you.
Yeah.
This is cool. This is nice and crystal clear.
Yeah,
Oh.
super clear. I don't know if the guys from home can hear it, but I can hear it crystal
I
clear.
can hear you coming from the top. Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool. All right, now we're getting surrounded by tourists.
Yeah.
We're gonna be very angry very soon. So, all right, any
We're
final
gonna
words for
come
the
and
urbanists? That's cool.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it worked. So everyone, it literally worked. I was able to hear Marta clearly. And now a huge
Yeah, I
gigantic
don't know if
group
you
of
guys
tourists.
could hear us back home, but like for us it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
So,
you
like,
can, it's very
here-
faint, but you hear it from the top.
It's what I was actually telling you before. So tomorrow, do they know what you're doing tomorrow?
Oh, it's well, I'm not going to reveal the details, but I will be exploring one of the coolest factories, is it?
Yeah,
It's a
production. Yeah.
production facilities for an Amaro company. Stay tuned.
Yeah, so our Amaro was actually founded by this big family
Yeah.
in Bologna. One of them actually owned this, it was kind of like a daytime hotel like here.
Right.
So this is what it used to be, like albergo diurno. So it was literally a daytime hotel where people could come, like either if we were passing through the city, coming from the train station, but it's something that literally dates back in like the 1900s, like something like
That's
that.
how the company started?
Well,
Amaro?
they used to do like different things.
Interesting.
So the one that actually founded the Amaro like traveled around the world collecting spices, and that's how he created it.
Right.
There is a lot of like traditions and mystery around that too, but like apparently he was in love with the Queen of Italy, and that's why he left. So they could go and pick up the spices and create an Amaro to dedicate to her. But like his brother like had his hotel, and once this order tourist passes, I can actually show you.
Yeah.
Because here there is still what they used to charge basically for like all the different services. So there will be like bath with a shower and
Oh,
hot
wow.
water. It will be like 50 liras. It will be like I don't know. Here, if you wanted to leave your luggages, it would be like 10 liras. If you needed to write something, paper was included, 10 liras. Or if you needed to get your shoe polished, it would be like 20 liras. So.
It's funny, people still today now complain about cleaning fees and Airbnbs.
Right?
Like,
But we had it right here.
you had to pay for literally everything. And what's the name of the guy? It was
Yeah, Kobianchi is the
Kobianchi.
surname of the family.
I see.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Either I'm making a short video or a live video of the production facility of Amaro no Montenegro. Stay tuned.
All right.
Ooh, that was nice.
We can actually, I think we can go towards Tortellini Street.
Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. I'm in the mood for tortellini.
We'll let them later for the nerds. But as I was mentioning earlier, of course, like Bologna and the region are very popular for a certain type of food. The road that we're about to get in now used to be where like most of the markets used to be back in the days, like so the fishmongers and like veggie sellers and that sort of stuff. So then, I guess over time, the city just decided to like kind of keep most of it here, although it turned into most of them being tortellini makers and such. Via
Wow.
delle Pescherie Vecchie. And here is actually the train that gets us to the sanctuary.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's one of those tourist trains. I'm actually really excited to ride it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopefully they resume tomorrow.
No, but they actually go even with the rain, so
Oh, they do? Oh,
yeah. Won't be as nice, but
NW says I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission for bolognese. Spaghetti bolognese or whatever. What's the classic pasta? What's the classic pasta?
we don't
for
do
bolognese?
spaghetti and bolognese.
Okay,
sauce.
okay, okay.
No, here it would be tagliatelle.
Tagliatelle. Ooh, even better. Okay. Hey. Hey, we're seeing the tortellini right over here.
Yeah. And they're super small.
They
You'll be
are.
able to see like closer to here.
That's why I used to buy in the supermarket in New York City
Yeah.
as a little kid.
I love that there is like New York from Alicia Keys like playing in the background. I'm like,
Simone. Oh, okay. Oops, sorry.
sorry.
This is awesome.
Right? I would
Is
suggest
there one that
actually
we can do that's pretty good and pretty light?
light is not a word that
Okay.
comes with it.
Well, let's do one anyway.
Yeah,
What do you
like
recommend?
here, like there you have something typical that is called like, sorry, that one farther down is called crescentine, but it's still bread. Unfortunately, there is bread.
That's okay. Yeah.
Or we can do like ham and
Let's do it,
cheese.
yeah.
Otherwise, we
I
can do a
wanna show
ham
us.
and cheese like thing, kind of charcuterie board here.
Yeah, let's do a
Yeah?
board. Yeah.
Ciao, posso chiedere un posto per due?
Per due?
Sì.
Fuori o dentro?
Do you want to do inside if you can?
We could do
Se
inside,
c'è
yeah.
dentro
Inside.
va meglio.
We'll see if there's.
Grazie mille.
Actually, could we do it over here?
There is also a
lì,
room inside.
Se volete posso mettervi anche lì, ma c'è il rischio che prendete
There is
qua
a
da-
risk of water coming down. There is
yeah,
a
let's
little
do-
room inside.
Okay, let's do
otherwise.
the room
Yeah. Se c'è la stanzetta quella dentro.
da bere.
Grazie mille. Vengo poi al balcone o?
No, il collega verrà
Ok,
per loro.
perfetto, grazie. Yes, siamo antipasto dicevo. My brother is following us.
Oh, he is. Oh, nice. On the live video.
Yeah, on the live video, it's like, oh.
All right, everyone. I'm super hyped. Let me show you the menu. Here, a little restaurant. We're having appetizer or charcuterie board, so we can show a variety of different meats and cheeses. And we can have aperitivo.
We can have aperitivo. Yeah, with actually, yeah, with let me see if they have typical wine from the region. It's called Lambrusco.
Oh yeah. So Marta in Amados digestifs aperitifs. All the teefs.
All the teeth.
So what's your tip for the teeth?
So here in the region, like they have a very particular like red wine that is sparkling and is served like chilled. That is called Lambrusco. It's kind of on the sweet side, but it pairs well with the saltier flavors of like cheeses and charcuterie.
Oh,
so
cool.
if you were up to try that, I would recommend it.
And how about spritzes? Is that
Here
spritz
they
bolognese?
do a spritz bolognese here, so we can actually do that too.
I'm gonna try the spritz bolognese for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know if you still see us and hear us. It's sometimes shaky service. All right, let's see. All right. Okay, so what do you recommend?
So I think what we could do later on, you can actually see when we go back out, they actually have boards where you can actually visually see how much stuff actually comes from here, which is pretty cool.
Ooh, okay. All right, that's good to hear.
But yeah, I would say we can do like a little charcuterie board, just not to overload our
So
stuff.
we're doing the
with
jumbo.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think we can do the smaller stuff.
Jumbo.
I mean, here is Ariel pushing like the American sizes of portions.
Red wine for Ariel because he gets red in the. So. So I'm gonna get the
The
spritz.
spritz bolognese
Yeah.
will do.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll let you take the lead on this.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. As soon as the guy comes.
All right, I'm super excited, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know if you want us to try something in particular here in Bologna. So you mentioned portion sizes. It's a difference, right, between Italy and.
There is a big difference. We always laugh whenever I come to the States because, like, I started the first time I came, like, taking pictures of my hand, like, next to, like, whatever place they were bringing me.
And what's your Instagram? Because people have asked.
Oh, is Marta's Tales. So it's MartaStales.
I thought your last name was Stalis.
Yeah, everyone thinks that. I'm like, I'm okay with being that anonymous, where people think that Stalis is my surname. I think it's fine. But-
Martha's Tales.
yeah, so like I started like, cause they are huge compared to what we get in here.
Yeah.
Like it's literally I think double the portion compared to like the Italian average or even the European average. Like
You know, I
it's-
was shocked because I was reading Google Maps reviews.
Yeah.
And there was bad reviews for
From-
San Michele in Milan, which
Okay.
is the Napoli
Yeah, yeah.
style pizza,
Yeah.
because the portions were too big.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, and they were giving like 2-3 star reviews. They were
Oh,
like,
wow.
"Oh, this is a waste. This is too big."
Yeah,
and they're all in
there
Italian.
is yeah, and also like now, like I think the culture is changing a bit. Like but back, at least growing up, like asking for food to take away
Right.
was not considered like a good way. It's funny how things change over time, but like it's almost like, oh, I need food at home because I cannot afford it. Like I don't know, it's a weird way of thinking. Like I think about it now that I'm an adult, I'm like, oh, that's. But you know, my grandparents is not something that they would ever like ask for. Like now, like even with Too Good To Go or like similar companies that like allow for people to like take what would go to waste otherwise, or even just COVID like massively helped because a lot more restaurants are used to do like takeaways. So they have the stuff to actually give you the food to take away. Because before they would just be like, oh, I don't have anything to give you to like put the food in.
Right.
So now I think with COVID and like even the rise of things like Just Eat or Deliveroo and that sort of stuff, they're much more used to do takeaway anyway. So they have no problem with giving you the food in
that's
case there is
interesting.
leftover.
Also, it's becoming more normal.
Yeah. Must be more normal.
But portion sizes are still small, right?
Yeah. Ciao, eccoci.
Allora, aspetta un attimo che qua.
Sì.
Scusa.
No, tranquillo.
Mi dà un po' di storia.
Tranquillo.
Allora, va bene.
Allora, ti chiederei da bere un lambrusco per me, un bicchiere,
Ok.
e per lui invece uno spritz bolognese.
Lambrusco normale, no rosso.
Sì, non è male.
E poi mi ha detto.
E per lui lo spritz bolognese.
And acqua casata as well.
È un'acqua gasata?
Bravo.
Un
With
secondo
Italian.
solo che sono nuovo col palmare.
Ah, vai
Sono
tranquillo.
un po' come.
Would you like something to drink? It's on me.
I had lambrusco.
Oh, lambrusco.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
perfect.
Ok.
E poi ti chiederei, tanto da dividere per aperitivo adesso, il tagliere, quello...
Salme e formaggi?
Sì, quello un po' misto.
Ok.
E se ci avete le tigelle, vi direi di portarne.
Certo.
So that you can try. They're gonna bring some bread anyway,
perfect.
but there is like tigelle, which is type of bread that is typical again from this region,
Oh, nice.
which is something nice while you're here.
Oh.
You won't have a lot, don't fill up on bread, but
I'm excited.
while you're here,
Yeah.
while in Rome.
Secondo,
Sì, sì.
mi dispiace di non
No, ma guarda, tranquillissimo.
Cestino di tigelle fatto.
Grazie
Fatto
mille.
così?
Sì, sì.
Perfetto.
Grazie.
All right, let me double check. All right, guys. Sometimes when it comes to going to these older buildings, especially if they're medieval, let us know if you still see us and hear us. And Peter's saying, fantastic stream, $20 super chat. Hey, Peter is sponsoring part of this meal. Thank you so much, Peter. I'm from the Bronx, and my dad went to medical school in Bologna and practices in NY.
No way.
Oh, and we have been back to Bologna over
Family wouldn't agree with this, but they don't understand English anyway,
Yeah.
so I do agree that Bologna is the best food. That's an amazing story though.
What made you? How was it growing up in Emilia Romagna? Because Florence is part of Emilia Romagna.
No, so Florence is part of Tuscany.
It's part of Tuscany. Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yes,
okay.
it's part of Tuscany, but they're pretty close by. And my grandma was actually from a village that is literally on the Tuscan Emilian Appennino, which is the mountain chain that literally crosses over the two regions.
Right.
So there is a lot of similarities between the two. But yeah.
Is there a rivalry?
Not really, like I wouldn't say so. And they're also like, again, historically, they're both regions that are historically like left wing anyway. So like the way of thinking has always
okay.
been pretty similar. So there is more rivalry. For example, here in Bologna, there is a bit of rivalry between Bologna and like the name of the region is Emilia. If you even hear the accent, you're like, oh, you're from Bologna. I'm like, oh, no way, I'm from Romagna. So like there is a bit of rivalry like in between like people in the region. The same way with Tuscany, like there are rivalries like between cities in Tuscany rather than with other regions.
Like Pisa and Florence.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or Pisa and Livorno.
Or people
like,
piss on the Pisa River, so
yeah,
that's Florence.
exactly. Yeah.
But that doesn't happen too much between Florence
Luckily,
and Bologna.
no. Luckily,
Yeah.
no. Not much like between actually people from the cities, but like still, yeah.
And did you grow up coming to Bologna as a
Yeah,
kid?
yeah. We used to come to Bologna a lot just because it's quite close.
Yeah.
So even with the car, it's like an hour and something.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, no, it's not too bad. And like there is a lot of stuff that happens here, like you know, Arches, a big leather fair, like here in town.
Cool.
It's just you know, it's very popular for people to like come over. I had a lot of friends.
Grazie.
Grazie. Prego. I had a lot of friends like studying here, so it's just.
So sorry.
Grazie
No,
mille.
no worries, grazie
figurati.
mille. Ooh, salute.
Salute.
Alright. I'll let you try the wine first.
Buono.
I don't taste the beef. Where's the ground beef in here?
Oh wow! I mean, that would be interesting.
No, it's really good. It tastes just like a normal spritz.
Yeah.
And it can't taste too much of a difference.
Yeah.
But it's really good, very refreshing, great for aperitivo, which is the concept of having this type of drink, aperitif,
Yeah.
before a heavier meal, which we're gonna eat a lot later tonight. So this is good. I like it. Can I try a little bit of the wine?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Let's try a little bit of the sparkling
I
wine.
mean, you have to. Not too much, because otherwise they're gonna tell me that I gave you red flashes.
I'll probably get red flashes with the cheese later tonight.
yeah.
Oh, that's good. I like it. It's
Yeah.
very sparkly. I
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
very sparkling. Yeah.
Wendy says, so European. Indeed. Lucas says, so European. I haven't eaten anything and my mouth is watering, says Wendy. And if anyone has any questions for an Italian local, feel free to ask as we're waiting for the food. And let me read a few of the comments. The people are also extremely friendly, says Chris.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
And let's see what else.
Yeah, I was about to say like the big difference for me like coming back to London, like from London after so many years, is that like you make friends so easily. Like now I can easily walk up to a bar. Like even if I'm by myself, I would easily go to a bar, like find people that I know. Cause so many friends here just by. I was missing from London because like in London it's so hard to like. Not to make friends, but like to keep the friendships because like the city is so massive that
It feels
like
a bit impersonal sometimes.
yeah, sometimes. Like here, like I have my favorite bar and I will go there all the that like I know to visit some of the bars, so I don't even have to like make up an appointment with them to see them. Like I just have to show up. Like it's
I wish I had that in New York.
yeah,
In New
right?
York, that's very hard to
Right?
get in New
Yeah,
York.
yeah,
In New York, you have to be an alcoholic to have that.
yeah, and also yeah,
'Cause you have to go-
yeah.
If you're going to the same bar in New York, you might be drinking a bit too
you
heavily.
might be drinking too heavily, and also like you need to make plans like so far in advance, like
Right.
London or New York, because like people have such busy schedules. Because even traveling from place to place like takes so much time. Like you have to plan in advance, otherwise you will never be able to be like, oh yeah, I'm just happening to be there. Come and meet me. Like it just doesn't happen. Here everything is like. You would see it tonight, like everything is like 5 to 10 minutes walk from bar to bar. So like it's very easy even to like, just pop by to say hi to a friend if you know that they are there, rather than having to make plans like weeks in advance.
And do people who live in Bologna or the other major cities, do they have a local bar? Is it normal to have like your
Yeah,
local place?
I would say, yeah. Usually we would have like local cafes where you would go and have breakfast. As you know, like breakfast here is very
interesting.
cheap. I feel like any Italian, as soon as they move somewhere, like they try and make like their own, circle of places that they love. So like the first thing I did, like when I moved, I was like, oh, what's the cafe that looks like the best? And like I picked that one, and I tend to only go there. There is like at least 10 other cafes in,
Right.
50 meters from my house, but I only tend to go to that one because like, I don't know, it has a special place for me. And it's the same with bars. Of course, then you will go to other places because your friends might not always want to go to the same bar, but I don't know, there is that spot that you know you can always rely on in a sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is a nice feeling.
Oh, that's a nice feeling. Yeah, because London was very different.
Yeah, London is very different. Even if you try and like make something your spot, but like people change all the time. Even in terms of stuff, like people just like the job rotation in London is crazy. So you would have like a waiter one week and a waiter the other week. So like even if you were a regular, they might not necessarily know it because you know the stuff tends to change like all the time. Like here,
That's right. Yeah.
it's still hard to find people working in hospitality, but like they're
But
more
sometimes you see the same
stable.
person for years.
Oh yeah.
Because
especially the bar owners, like they tend to be the same for like decades, and also like the bartending community here in Bologna is particularly like tight because it's not such a big city, and like compared to other cities, even compared to Florence, there is so much more to do at night, and like the bar scene and mixology scene is much more developed.
Because Florence doesn't have too much of a local life in the center,
Not
right?
really, no.
It's almost
Unfortunately,
all
no.
expats and
Yeah,
tourists.
correct.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, there is no like when I'm back home in Florence, I'm like, well, there is always the same couple kind of spots. Like even if you want to, of course, like I work in the spirits industry, and like for a living, like I literally need to like build relationships with like bars and bar owners and bartenders, and like in Florence it's like really difficult because like either there is like very high-end bars and like hotellerie where you go to like hotel bars which are really nice, but like they're not for everyone, right? Like not everyone can afford to go and spend like 25 euros on a drink, especially here in Italy.
They're getting more expensive now as well.
Oh,
drinks.
they are. There you would still have towns where, like, if you go to Pisa, for example, you would easily have still drinks for like 3 euros, 4 euros. Like, drink responsibly, but like.
Because I miss when spritzes
Yeah.
were. Cheers. I miss when spritzes were like €5.
5 euros. In Venice, you
Now,
would still
now
find
they're like
them,
10,
Yeah.
12 here. How much?
Yeah,
is it?
here is 6. No,
Six,
here is
okay,
6.
so that's
Like, here
bad.
is
Okay.
decent. But this is not necessarily a bar. Like, you know, they, make money on the food. So, like, here they wouldn't necessarily make it. But the average drink here in Bologna, I would say, is around the €10 mark, which is kind of expensive for Italy at least.
So Florentines, where do they go? Native Florentines.
Well, I mean, there is spots.
Do they
like,
still
there
go
is,
to the city
like-
center?
Yeah, there will still be spots in the city center, but like I think there is not a lot of in between like kind of dive bars and pubs and really high end bars. So people will still go out, but like they might tend to stick to their neighborhood, or if they go to the city center, it's for an occasion because the city center is literally for tourists in terms of how expensive it is.
Yeah, that's why I initially didn't like Florence because it felt like it was too much like a museum.
Yeah. It's
But
an
of course,
open,
it's one of the most
open-air
beautiful.
museum.
It's one of the
but,
most beautiful museums.
But to live there, I'm like, I mean, I moved back there when initially I moved from London. Like, I moved back home, and then I was like, yeah, no. Like, I love it because it's my own. I was like, I love it, but at the same time, like, you just for someone that is 30 years old, you're like, yeah, no. So Bologna was much a better option.
Have you noticed if expats do they integrate with? Do they end up making a lot of Italian friends, or it's not so
Like
common?
in Florence or
In Florence-
here?
Florence not
in
so
Florence, no. In Florence,
They
it's
stick
borderline
with each other,
impossible.
yeah.
Like even people from other cities in Florence, like other cities in Italy, have a hard time building relationship with Florentines. So, gratis posto un po' di. Grazie mille.
Spiego un attimo cosa abbiamo.
Sì, perfetto.
Spiego in inglese così.
Se riesci, sì, yeah, if you can.
Perfetto.
He's gonna explain in English. So.
Oh yeah, I would love that. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes, English, Italian or French. Which one?
English.
Is my okay.
English is just.
No Greek. No Greek.
No, Greek no. Here we have the mortadella. Mortadella is typical from Bologna. Here in Simoni we have our production, so it's made with less fat than compared to the other kind of mortadella. For that reason, it's not that deli compared to the other types of mortadella.
Oh, good.
Here we have the salami rosa. Salami rosa is the ancestor of the mortadella. That's why it doesn't taste as a salami, even if it's called like that.
Right.
It is more similar to mortadella. Here we have the salami from Bologna, like 20-30 minutes by car. Here we have the prosciutto di Parma in 24 months with the Parmigiano Reggiano 18 months and balsamic cream vinegar. The squacquerone that is really nice, is a soft cheese that is really nice with the bread, particularly with this kind of bread that has pork meat inside.
Oh, amazing. Okay, perfect.
And that's the olive.
Oh,
Okay, let's
Grazie
enjoy.
mille.
grazie
Perfetto.
mille. That was
E le
perfect.
tigelle?
Perfetto.
And what's this?
So yeah, here is tigelle.
So
Which
did
again-
everyone catch that? Let us know. But
And
yeah, this is amazing.
so this is a typical bread from the Emilia-Romagna region.
This is what I had in the sandwich earlier.
Oh, yeah?
This is what made me feel super heavy.
There you go. I can do it. But yeah, usually you fill them up with whatever.
Okay, I'll try a bite of that one. But this is fascinating. Oh, cool. So everyone, here is the spread. Look at that. Excited? You know, admittedly, I have terrible memories of eating American bologna.
I'm not even addressing the bologna.
American bologna is not so pleasant.
Yeah, no. So I tried it just for
So-
like the Martha tries American food, but like.
So the smell, unfortunately, still brings back those memories. Maybe I have to desensitize myself and just have all the mortadella here. All right. Go for it.
Yeah, and this like the bread that he mentioned that has pork meat inside is
Pork,
called crescenta.
Crescenta?
Crescenta.
Crescenta.
Yeah.
Isn't it called lardo?
Yeah, it has lardo.
Oh, it has lardo in
Yeah.
it. Okay. It still exists in a few places in older Italian neighborhoods in New York City. It still has this. All right.
Here you would usually do the tigelle. So you open them up here and then you fill them up with whatever.
And then what's the symbol on top of it?
I have no idea what it means, but like they actually do on specific pans that are made for this. So they put the dough inside and then they close the pan and then it just like is a,
Oh,
it's
I
a
see.
flour. Like
It's a flower, yeah.
I don't want to do something that like I don't want to explain a story that doesn't exist. So I'll just so we can go to it up later.
All right. Red says, is that supposed to look like a face? No, it's just a cheese with a little bit of dip of
Balsamic vinegar.
balsamic vinegar from Modena.
Yeah.
Oh, fascinating. Okay. All right. If you could hold it for the
Yeah.
taste test. All right. I'm super excited to try this out. I want soft cheese, actually, with the lardo. That's, I mean, with the, what do you call it again?
The cheese or the
bread.
oh crescenta.
Crescenta. And then the cheese is supposed to go on it?
Yeah.
I love soft cheese, so let's try this out. Oh wow. Great cheese.
Yes.
The bread is not overly greasy because the Italian American version is like a punch of grease, unfortunately. So it's really hard to eat.
Or
All right,
because then the prosciutto is gonna be like.
let's go.
At least my Italian counterparts would have had to like.
I've
get off
always
the line with it.
been more on the side of prosciutto, but
But
yeah.
like,
and prosciutto is this one?
yeah, correct.
Okay. So this is my favorite cold cuts in Italy, for sure, by far. And bresaola would be my second one. Bologna, it's not my favorite because it has that, what's that kind of flavor? Is that like a pistachio?
Yeah,
what's that
it
kind of-
has a bit of pistachio flavor.
It's like that, yeah, very aromatic flavor that.
But
it
also
has.
in general, like
Oh, nothing beats a good prosciutto. It's nice, soft, a little bit.
in Spanish.
Oh, wow.
But like as it was saying, like although it's called salami,
Yeah.
like the taste is closer to you got it right. Like it's in between mortadella and ham. So yeah.
This tastes like a classic, how the Americans do their classic ham. That's very close in taste. And this would be a full salami.
That's full salami. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Wow. A little bit more of a tang. Not too much of a tang, so because it's not that dark of a salami, but it's really good. It goes down well. And I'm gonna try it with a little bit of this cheese. Hey, this is like a soft cheese.
Yeah, it's like pecorino, so it's made of.
This is pecorino.
Yeah, but it's like it would be
It's so soft.
the fresh version. So like not the one that basically you season for like months. Like.
Okay, this is kind of crazy because now I can see how America got its influence of lunch cold cuts
Yeah.
and cheeses because this tastes like string cheese, like a good quality string cheese. And then of course this tastes like a classic American ham,
Yeah.
and this tastes like classic bologna. That's fascinating. Oh wow, so Bologna is the origin of also American cold cuts.
I'm not gonna comment on that. Have you tried the parmesan with the?
Not yet, not yet. All right, let me try it out before you
Yeah.
get into it. So what do I try this with? Just on its own?
Yeah, just on its own, I would say.
Let's try this out.
Oh yeah, Janice,
I
the
love
doggy is nice.
love a good Parmesan. Oh.
Right?
And we're so close to Parma as well.
Yeah, we're very close.
Oh, that's so good.
I think the doggo behind you like is actually stealing the scene.
All right. So have you encountered these often?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like the word aperitivo means aperire, which in Latin means open up. So it's literally meant to be like bites that you have prior to your meal to like prepare your stomach for the main meal, which doesn't make any sense because that would tend to mean that your stomach gets fuller before you go to dinner.
So we have to eat before.
Yeah, so
we
you
eat.
would have like, yeah, correct. Which doesn't make any sense, but that's what the Romans used to say, so we follow the rules.
And then we go for gelati.
Correct.
Okay.
Or you have like something sweet anyway afterwards. But yeah, we
Okay.
have to thank the Romans for that. I don't want to say.
Well, aperitivo comes from, is it Venice or is it,
I think different cities have different traditions. So like the
Milan.
spritz is originally from Venice, so that's where it initiates.
right.
It actually comes from the Austrians who couldn't handle from Venice to go with some bites of food, which in
Right.
Venice are called cicchetti. So if you go to Venice, you would have like small crostinis with like food on them and that sort of thing.
And they're so good.
Then the Austrians invaded like the region, and they actually couldn't handle how strong Italian wines were. So they used to ask for wine with a spritz, which in German means like a splash of water, sparkling water, to like kind of water down. And around the 90s, that's when the Prosecco comes in and the spritz becomes the bitters and whatever. Like, so the spritz kind of evolve over time, but like that's where it originally comes from. Then Milan has a big like aperitivo history. They claim that that's where the Negroni was invented. There is a place in Florence that claim that that's where the Negroni was invented.
Really, multiple Negroni claims.
I guess we will never know, but yeah. Italy
How about in your
generally-
industry? What's the official story that your digestif industry, the liquor industry, believes?
We would say Milan just because
Milan, yeah.
that's where Campari, which is the most famous like of the aperitifs, like
And
was
Aperol
born
is from
in.
there as well.
Well, Aperol is actually from Padova, which is a city
okay.
near Venice.
Okay.
The Campari group owns it. But yeah, Campari is actually from Milan, and that's where the biggest aperitivo culture, in my opinion, is. So like,
Right.
that's where people tend to pin down where aperitivo was born. Then the one about Florence, we will never know. There is nothing written that says here is where the Negroni was born, so they cannot really name
Someone
it.
should write it because in Puerto Rico we actually have a plaque saying this is where the pina colada was made, and the plaque is not entirely accurate because it was technically another bartender in another hotel that made the pina colada.
Oh,
So,
there you go.
There we go.
So it just depending on.
All right, I'm super excited. I'm glad. I feel my stomach opening up as I'm eating this. I feel like I truly.
Want me to-
What? Oh,
I can put the
Yeah,
tripod
go for
here
it.
if you want. There.
I feel like my stomach is truly opening up. It feels nice. I feel very kind of welcoming.
Yeah.
A lasagna, tortellini,
Yeah.
and also bolognese, and all the meals.
Yes.
The full duck as well.
There is Barry asking, do different cities compete for best prosciutto? And the answer is yes. Well, not cities necessarily, but regions. Because different regions have different types of prosciutto. So like Tuscany would have a very salty type of prosciutto, which is very different from this one. Which is why in Tuscany bread is usually without salt, compared to other regions where bread is usually made with salt. Because like Tuscan cold cuts are usually very salty. So to balance it out, we usually make bread without salt.
And the same thing here in Bologna?
In Bologna, like prosciutto tends to be dolce, so sweet,
Okay.
without as much salt. So, as you can see, that the bread is much more flavorful than what you would find in Florence. So Tuscan people will claim Tuscan prosciutto is the best prosciutto. People from here would say their prosciutto is the best prosciutto. Again, it's up to one's taste buds. But
Right,
yeah.
right. This shredded cheese is my favorite.
And you will be.
I love the pecorino fresh tastes way different from pecorino aged.
All right.
Pecorino aged is like super sharp.
Yeah, this is one. Yes.
Yeah.
Again, it's to go with the cold cuts. Which
You ever had American string cheese?
Yeah, I did with
Yeah.
Sarah last time I was there.
Doesn't this taste almost exactly like it?
Yeah. I would say different consistency though. Like string cheese is stringy, you know? Like-
It's a bit, yeah, it's more stringiness, but it's very, very similar in that bounciness and freshness. So Barris was asking, are there any rock bars here? So there's like probably different types of bars.
There is different type of bars, and also like different areas of the city have different bars, of, like different types of bar. I would say because there is city center area has a lot of like nicer bars or like bars that have like some sort of concept behind them. That there will be other areas of the cities that students will go to that have like much cheaper bars that like we could consider like dive bars or like pubs or that sort of thing. Like throughout most of the week and weekends. But yeah.
Wait, is there a lot of live music in Italy? Because it's not, as a tourist, it's not like stereotypical to like go to a bar and listen to live
No,
music.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's not.
not like
it's
Greece
that.
or Spain.
No, it's not. It's not as typical as it is in other countries. But like, I would say cities like Bologna, I definitely have a love for like arts in general. So like live music is definitely something that either on the streets or in bars, like you will find. Like it's something that people tend to promote in a way. Like even bar owners and that sort of stuff. So it's quite common. There is like jazz bars, like yeah, you can find it.
Janice is saying, what's the Lambrusco that you had?
So the one that I'm having here is Lambrusco Emilia EGP, which means from like EGC kind of wording next to it. Because it
Designation.
kind of, designation, because that means that they are certified to be.
Are they to be trusted?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Okay.
So the ones that
They're-
are more trustworthy because it means that they basically follow the production rules in order to be named that. It's kind of like the same with champagne in France. Like you can only call it champagne if you follow certain like rules and regulations and use of certain ingredients and preservatives or whatever. So if they don't have those designations next to the name, it means that it's not. It doesn't mean that they're not good necessarily,
Right.
but they're not as under controls of the Italian health system and like health and food system.
So alcohol's protected. You can't wine and
There are certain type of
Wines
wines.
are protected.
Yeah. Certain
but not
types of
liquors
wines.
and beers.
Not
really.
necessarily. No, not really. It would be like especially a lot
Can
of
I make a Chianti?
no.
No.
It would need to be like in the region, following like certain types of like production processes, using nations next to them. Like then they should be trusted. Again, like it doesn't mean that other types of wine wouldn't necessarily be nice or good or whatever. It's just that if you are looking for something that has the same like the name of it's the same with Parmesan. Like there can be loads of like Parmesan out there, but like Parmigiano Reggiano DOC is the one.
That's the official one for Parma.
Correct.
So like Rome cannot have a Parmigiano Reggiano. Okay.
No, correct.
I see. Same thing with pecorino, right?
Same thing
there's
with
a
pecorino.
there's a version of
Same
pecorino.
thing. Yeah. With like the same with prosciutto, like with a lot of like Italian famous, produce.
Barris was asking that. He said, do cities compete for prosciutto?
Yeah, so that's what I was saying earlier. Like I don't think like it's not necessarily that like Parma competes with like another city for prosciutto. It's more that like between regions there is
Right.
different kind of cold cuts and everyone claims that their ones is better. So I think it's more that. Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as to say there is a war on prosciuttos between different parts of Italy. I would take it a bit far, but yeah.
Right, exactly. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing what this is basically the origin of American Lunchables. You ever heard of American Lunchables?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
okay.
we did.
This is literally because that resembles a cracker,
Yeah.
This cheese resembles the cheese that they
String
provide.
cheese, yeah.
And then the basically the bologna is basically very
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah.
We just forgo the olives and the wine because it's for kids, but basically the wine is basically like the Hawaiian
It's
punch.
an over 21 lunchable. We can put it that way.
Precisely.
Over 21 lunchable.
It's funny because I literally feel like I'm having like a very adult lunchable.
Yeah.
Because in New York culture, also in Puerto Rican culture, we don't really have too much charcuterie boards.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare.
Here it's like almost too much of it, to the point where like when I moved back here,
Yeah.
like I was having so much of it, and I was like, yeah, guys, like I don't need a break. Like, yeah, I wasn't used to eat like so much red meat in London, and here I'm like, yeah, I need to like pace myself out.
Exactly. All right. So let's have a few more bites and then continue exploring a little
Yeah,
bit more.
absolutely. Also, it's like 6:10.
Okay. So stay tuned. We're gonna walk around a little bit more,
Yep.
show you a little bit more of the town, and then if we go to a cool restaurant that has potentially some cell phone reception, maybe we'll go live in the restaurant. Stay tuned.
Potentially, I wouldn't count on that, but yeah. Okay.
Wendy says, I love olives. Yeah, it's amazing. Oh man, I want some of that mortadella. Which one was the mortadella?
Bring on.
What's this one? Yeah, Chris, you can have it.
There you go.
all appreciation to the Bolognese people, but yeah, it's not my
Yeah,
favorite.
for Ariel it's just bologna, so he's not able to.
Terry says, enjoy your travels. Hey, Terry, I'm so glad you do. Does Marta like Rome? Do you like Rome?
I do like Rome. Rome is just very intense. It's just, I mean, from a touristic point of view, I think Rome is one of the most incredible places you can visit because the amount of history that it has, it's just like maybe some other places in the world, but like no other places in the world. As an Italian, like it's just more livable than Venice, of course, in terms of like touristy cities.
Is there a neighborhood that's a more local, like
Yeah,
vibrant
probably
locally?
like Trastevere. It's a very like local neighborhood that has a lot of
Trastevere, really?
Trastevere, yeah.
But isn't that super touristy now?
Yeah, but you still find a lot of like traditional restaurants, good bars. Like, I mean, everywhere in Rome is touristy. It's really hard to find somewhere that is not.
I thought the statue.
Oh yeah, yeah, also, yeah. And then of course, if you go like farther up north, like Roma Nord, like Parioli, like or other neighborhoods that are like upper north, where like wealthy Romaners are, like that of course is not as touristy, but we're talking about like not the outskirts of the city, still technically Rome, but it's not within like the more popular city center. So
I see.
yeah,
Mhm.
very far away from the Colosseum. Like that's where the tourist traps are not.
Camilla says Martha is lovely.
Thank you.
And then Sebastian says, oh, never mind. Area. So Wendy says the most delicious food. Oh, yes, it is. The thing is here in Italy, you don't feel super stuffed.
No,
My appetite does feel opened up.
there you go. That's the most important thing. Because what you're about to have tonight is gonna be like on the average side. So you know.
All right, let's. Did we
Yeah.
pay up here or do we pay up front?
Well, I would say we pay up front. I think there was a ticket somewhere. There you go. Here.
Can you entertain people as I
Of course.
pay? Yeah. And then go outside because there's bad service inside
Yeah, no
here.
problem. All right, guys. Just go outside, take our umbrellas. Because here it might still be raining.
What's the name of the place?
This
Simone?
one, Simone.
Simone.
Alright, guys. If you have any questions for me,
That's it.
well, it's like it's not raining anymore at least.
Sparkling water and the cheese plate, approximately 57 altogether.
Yes, perfect.
I'm a friend. I just I've lived in Bologna for quite a while, so that's why I know a lot of it. Me and Ariel have been friends
Oh, for many years
for many years now.
4 years? 3
4
years?
years.
3
So,
years.
yeah.
I think we first met.
In
Where
London?
did we first? No. Oh, it was London, but before I went live streaming.
Yeah,
It was
before
another
you
trip,
went,
yeah. It was a trip that I
So-
did in 2017. 20, sorry, no, a little bit later. 2021. Around there. When I went to London in wintertime.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. All right. Ooh.
But I can also be a guide. It depends on the occasion.
Oh, that was so good. All right, I can get used to eating
Yeah,
to
so
eat
here,
more.
if you want, like, you can actually see.
So I can make some tortellini at home. I can make some lasagna.
So the thing about
Oh my
tortellini.
god, I like that one. The big ones.
Yeah, right. So the thing about tortellini here is that they need to be, the hole inside needs to be the side of your pinky, basically. That's how they're so small.
Right. All right, guys. Let me know if you still see us and hear us. I think there might be a glitch.
Despite the rain.
Despite the rain. All right. I think you can. Okay. Wow.
All right, let's go and find some particles to hide under.
Yeah, let's do it. Everyone, we're seeing real Italian rain today.
And
How do you say, is there an expression for rain in Italian?
Pioggia. What?
How do you say it's furious or it's fierce or when it comes to weather?
Well, I don't think we have as many expressions as the British do,
Yeah.
but in this case, piove a catinelle.
Catinelle, okay. Wait, sorry, say that one more time?
Piove a catinelle.
Piove, catinelle.
It means like it's raining buckets. We can go from here actually.
It's cool, these food markets and everything. Good tomatoes, wines. Hey, Bologna might be a good place to stay in a place where you have a little kitchen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would, do Italians eat out every night, or do Italians like to cook at home?
Well,
Aside
I feel
from, like, families.
here in Bologna, like I feel people tend to eat out more than in other cities, just because there is a lot of variety and options, and also it's a richer compared to others. But people do tend to, like, families do tend to eat at home. Generally, it's very easy to find like good produce,
Yeah.
and again, traditionally, both women and men like are taught how to cook from very young. So
Men as well?
yeah. Now,
Uh,
yes, not back in time, but now, yes.
And is it, for eating now, is it mostly just dinner, or do people eat out for lunch, or?
I would say for dinner, mostly.
Well,
Like
this is
what
an
we-
indoor arcade.
Sorry?
It's an indoor arcade over here. It's a galleria.
Yeah, Galleria, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Italians are not like the French. The French who like love to make their lunch at home. Like
Yeah,
like a little
here
salad and
either they would bring their lunch from home. A lot of companies here actually have canteens, like mine does, for example.
It's like the gasoline stations in Italy
Yeah.
when you're driving through. Oh, this is beautiful. Wow.
Yeah.
Roxy Bar. Ooh. Ida says, "Hello, Marta. So rainy."
Yeah, it is very rainy. But we're about to go under some portici, so
Chris says, "Yeah, we did buy food and cooked at our Airbnb as well."
yeah,
when we were
Bologna
here.
has a lot of
Oh
like,
my God.
yeah.
You know, I knew it was slanted. I didn't know it was this slanted.
Oh, it's very slanted.
This is like more than the Tower of Pisa. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. There used to be hundreds of these towers all around Bologna. Bologna was the medieval Manhattan It was because all these different families competed over the tallest tower that they can build. And you can tell that this one went pretty damn high. I'm not sure how many stories this is. That should be 12?
12.
13?
Easily.
More? Wow, that is so cool. And do you think it'll survive?
I hope so. I mean, they are investing a lot of money in saving it, so...
Oh, poor guy. Well, who wants to go up there? Let us know. Should I ask Bologna to give me a tour?
I think you can actually go up. Well, maybe not now because of the risk of... Because before you were used to... you could go up
To the big one, right?
to the big one.
Yeah.
I think now, because there is a huge risk of that one falling out, like they actually had to evacuate like most building next to it.
Wow.
But they should be able to stabilize it the same way they did it with the Tower of Pisa. So
And they spend a lot of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Dating back all the way to Mussolini's time, he spent a lot of money to stabilize Pisa.
but the point is like imagine having to redo like all the monument, like all the pins
remake
and
it.
T-shirts and
Oh, that's right. That's right.
because like those are the most
No-
famous landmarks
no
here
one's
in
going to go
Bologna.
to the straight tower of Pisa. So
Right.
same thing with Bologna. So you have something else in mind to show us?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
So we're gonna walk up to another one of the main squares.
So
We're
a
gonna
lot
go
of
and show you another one of the secrets, and then we're gonna walk our way back.
Yeah, cool. Wendy was asking what's inside the tower. Nothing, I assume nowadays.
Well, they used to be the university back in time.
Really?
Yeah. So that's
They
So
used it.
yeah. They used it like back then. It used to be the university.
Oh wow.
Then, of course, over the years, it wasn't very practical. Imagine having to go to the top of the tower to study astronomy.
Right.
Not very practical,
Hey,
but
look, the Florentine sandwich.
oh yeah.
These guys are popping up all over the place.
All over.
There's like 2 of them in New York City now.
Oh, 2 of them now?
Yeah, yeah. 2 of
Yeah.
them.
Just a reminder in here that we love Antico Vinaio, but there is also a lot of nice panini places in Florence
Yes.
that we should support.
Also here in Bologna, right? A lot of.
Yeah. It's one of those things where like they did a great job in marketing themselves, but like they become so popular that right now like a lot of other sandwich places in Florence are struggling because everyone is going there. So
Yeah, it's like Dan San Michele
yeah,
in Napoli.
yeah, exactly.
This city's so pretty.
It is.
And it's great for dining because not just the food itself, but the fact that you can have outdoor dining covered up in these porticos.
Here is one of the best ice creams. In
Hey.
case tomorrow you want to stop by.
Does,
Bologna is very famous for ice cream, and we know that Aria likes ice cream.
does gelato also open up the appetite for dinner?
I would say that for tonight we can keep. If you want some gelato, we can try it. And here is another one of the secrets. Like if you can see up here, there
Yeah.
is statues of like famous people of Bologna. But like at some point, as you go through, we can actually find someone that is not meant to be up there.
Okay.
We have the devil just peeking through
Oh my god.
all these famous people.
A devil who haunts every bridge in Italy
Yeah.
is here. There he is. That's funny. Was that added afterwards? Do you know?
No, it was actually made as part
Was
of
that
it.
part of it? Okay. Chris says, thank you so much, Ariel. You know, I love Bologna. Santo Stefano churches are so cool.
Yeah, this is it.
Oh, hey. And Chris, thank you so much for a $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for everyone sponsoring the last meal. We spent a total of 37 euro, which is pretty good.
Okay,
Pretty
pretty good. Decent.
No tipping in Italy.
No.
Yeah.
Unless you get really good service, in which case feel free to tip. But won't need umbrella for now.
Wait, let's check out the church.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Camilla says, Julia restaurant is here for lasagna. Julia. Never tried Julia.
I
Have
think
you
it's a
had?
bit further down.
All right, let's check out this church. There are 7 churches in there, says Chris. Oh, all right.
Yeah, because you can basically, I don't think it might be open now, but usually this one is open and you can go all the way back. That's one church, that's another one.
Oh, wow.
It depends on service times. No,
I like church hopping. It's like bar hopping, except you are spiritually elevated. Yeah, let's go to the last stop that you
Yep.
recommended. That was a beautiful church. 7 more of them inside, so come in earlier in Bologna if you're sightseeing. Bologna also has a Bologna Pass, similar to other cities. You get access to a lot of these landmarks as well, and free public transportation. Hello Dirk, hello Marit, hello Ida says, what a view from there. Yeah, truly stunning city. I didn't, Bologna was not on my radar the first few times I've been to Italy. I'm glad I came this time around.
Right?
Wow, even this is gorgeous.
Yeah, here they basically restored what used to be an old court to make it so people could access, like,
With some cocktails and everything.
yeah.
A lot of cocktail
It's
culture here.
officially aperitivo time.
Wendy says, I can't get over how gorgeous the architecture is. Yeah.
So yeah, here you can see like how they have kept some of the.
Restored some of the elements
Yeah.
and oh wow. If you have any more Bologna in the upcoming days. Wow. Oh, this is a great city to get lost in. Oh,
Yeah, that's interesting, right?
yeah. I guess my namesake got stuck in the washing machine.
No, Ariel, what are you doing there? Okay, so here, I don't know how much we're gonna be able to show our viewers right now, but that is not that great.
What's a wooden plank?
Yeah, but
Oh.
basically stuck in here, there are basically 3 arrows from back in the medieval century. You might have to be back at nighttime. We might pass from here like later tonight, but they're stuck in there and they're back from literally the 1400s.
Oh my god.
And because they have, well, the story says that apparently there was someone that lived up there
Yeah.
that owned a lot of money to some not so nice people. So they literally came down like shooting arrows at him, trying to get their money back. And some of them got stuck underneath the bus.
Oh my god.
And because here, as you can see, like it's raining outside, but it's not raining here, so there were not a lot of like weather elements that could affect the arrows being there. So they just got preserved for the ages.
I wonder where they are. It's hard to see, yeah, because of the lighting.
Yeah,
Is it at night?
yeah, it's lit up at night,
Oh,
so
that's
it's
why,
easier
okay.
to see.
It's easier to see at night. So you can use your imagination, ladies and gentlemen. There are some arrows stuck up there. I'm trying to spot them. It's a bit hard. Well, at least we know there's a sneaker stuck up there.
Oh well, that's more modern, I guess.
A sneaker from the 1400s. But that's so cool. That's awesome. But it's so really cool to also see these wooden beams, like
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
traditional wooden beams here.
Yeah, even all of this has been kept, so that.
Everyone's saying this is so gorgeous. It's cocktail hour, says Wendy. Ida says Bologna is a must. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. This was a tour of Bologna with some food, with Marta. Round of hearts for Marta for showing us around. That was so cool.
Thank you.
Marta's Tales on Instagram. And then Marta might make another appearance on one of my short videos soon. Stay tuned, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have
Bye
a good day,
guys.
everyone.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Arrivederci. Join me for a wave goodbye. Arrivederci.